Senator Thompson, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Wolf. Good to be with you again.
Let's talk about the stakes, and the stakes are enormous for the United States and Pakistan right now. This is a country that has a large al-Qaeda Taliban presence, a resurgence presence, with a proven nuclear arsenal as well. Do you have confidence in the president, Pervez Musharraf?
I think that we have to have confidence in him for the short run to maintain stability, Wolf, because it's so important to us, and I think that we're undoubtedly doing everything we can to enhance that stability and to assist him in maintaining that. You pointed out the nuclear arsenal. They have missiles with which to deliver those nuclear weapons also, and there are elements even inside the government that are very problematic as far as relationships with extremists are concerned. We can't let those weapons fall into those hands. So I think in our immediate interest is to make sure that we maintain stability there and that those weapons don't fall in to the wrong kinds of hands. I think ultimately the people of Pakistan are going to have to decide about Musharraf's fate. He had been moving in the right direction. He'd taken off the uniform. He'd set elections for January the 8th. He had backed off of some of the things he was doing with regard to the court system that were all anti-democratic, and so things were moving in the right direction. We probably would have continued that with Madame Bhutto, but all that's been thrown into a cocked hat now. And it's very troublesome for us.
What about, Senator, the billions in U.S. military aid that's been provided to Pakistan, some $10 billion since 9/11? Should that money continue to flow?
Yes, certainly in the short run. We send lots of money around the world to a lot of places, including places in the Middle East like Egypt. So this is no time to start being parsimonious in that particular area. That's a rounding era compared to the waste that's going on in Washington nowadays. This is a matter of national security. This is a matter of stability in the only Muslim world that has nuclear weapons. So let's don't be penny wise and pound foolish in the short run here. Let's wait and see what's going to happen in the streets.
Would you support an international investigation into the assassination of Benazir Bhutto, or do you have confidence that the Pakistanis themselves can get the job done?
It looks like that they're getting the job done there. They're talking about already exhuming the body, and the government says if that's what her party wants to do, that they'll cooperate with that and so forth. There's undoubtedly going to be conspiracy theories about all of that, but al-Qaeda is claiming credit for it. I believe them in this case. I believe they could not stand the notion of a secular woman who's anti-terrorist coming into power and ruling in that nation. And they assassinate foreign leaders on a regular basis over the years who are democratic and moving in that direction. So it all fits a pattern to me, but they'll ferret all that out, hopefully, among themselves there without the United States of America or any outside countries coming in and telling them how to do it.
We're only a few days away from the Iowa caucuses. You made an intriguing comment yesterday, and I'm going to play the little audio clip for you because I want you to explain what you meant. Listen to this.
I have the background, the capability, and the concern to do this, and I'm doing it for the right reasons. But I'm not particularly interested in running for president, but I think I'd make a good president.
All right, Senator, what does that mean when you say, I'm not particularly interested in running for president, because that seems to contradict what you're doing. You're obviously running for president.
Well, as often happens, you have a nice, long, interesting discussion in a public forum like that with an average citizen. And some in the media take bits and pieces, not you, but some have taken one sentence out of the middle of that and make it sound like something that wasn't intended. The point was, we were talking about the process. We were talking about how process now seems to be more important than substance in a lot of people's mind, and how they judge people by the number of visits they've made and things of that nature, instead of matters that are affecting our national security even. And if you notice, I put the emphasis on running. I said I'm not particularly interested in running for president, but then I gave all the reasons why I thought I'd make a good president and why I was sacrificing to be president, and my family was doing so, and how I was concerned about the future of our country. and the future of our children and so forth. So when you put it in context, it makes sense. I'm just determined to continue to be open and honest and say exactly what's on my mind, even with some in the media using bits and pieces, you know, to fit their foregone conclusions.
All right.
That's all that amounts to.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the chances that you have in Iowa right now. Some of the more recent polls have you coming in at third or fourth. What do you have to do? How do you have to emerge in Iowa in order to justify moving on to New Hampshire, South Carolina, Michigan, and beyond?
Well, the overwhelming number of polls out this way have me running third right now. And the last couple of credible polls that have come out have showed me in the teens or the high teens and not that far back from the pack. I think I have a decent chance of coming in second out here. And it's moving in the right direction. We're in the middle of a 50 county, 50 town and city tour out here. And we're going out, taking it to the grassroots. The numbers are reflecting that. People who get a chance to hear us, and we get a little chance to spend time with them. It's resulting in on the ground activity, and it's resulting in contributions coming in and things of that nature. So I feel a whole lot like I did in '94 in Tennessee. It's a grassroots deal. It's a lot like a state campaign in many ways out here. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Look, there'll be no change in strategy. There'll be no change in message. There'll be no change in Fred. It's going to be the way it's always been while all this hullabaloo is going on around me and everybody's attacking each other and everybody's talking about process and who's got the most political ambition to drive them. I'm just going to say steady up the middle with the same conservative common sense message that I've had and what I've always been in my political life from day one. And we'll see if that works or not. I feel pretty optimistic about it.
Good luck to you, Senator Thompson. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you.